19th. Hey, back in the studio. Check it out. Got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about birthdays. One in particular, really important one that's coming up. We're going to talk about birthdays. We're also going to talk about, I think we're going to have a little pop in. We're going to talk a little bit about Danny Glover. That guy's going to be here. Andrew Young. We're also going to talk about Mr. Andrew Young. What we learned from a 4-year-old. That's incredibly important. We're also going to talk about a 10-day stretch that included New York City, Miami, and Atlanta. Got some words of wisdom from Forbes Riley herself. Eric Thomas is going to swing by. It's going to be awesome. Today's episode is going to be super, super cool. So listen, I am glad that you are here with me. I am glad that you chose to be in this space. And now that you chose to be in this space, I hope you know it's time to rise and grind. Welcome to GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to 1, a father to 8, and the founder of the 800% Elite Club. I hope you're ready for motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations, because it's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning. Today is Monday. That's right. Today is Monday, December 19th, 2022. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, December 19th, 2022. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Hey, I'm coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where it is ridiculously cold. And just so we're clear, so that everyone knows that there's no confusion whatsoever, I continue to live in this state during the winter because of my wife. That's it. She loves it here. She's got family here, and I got family here. My parents are here. All of my people are here. I love all my people. Don't get it twisted. I just don't like cold, man. Like, could we move all of my people down to Florida? Because it was really nice in Miami this week. It was like high of 79 or something every day. So maybe in the future, we're going to have to be those people that, like, we move somewhere during the winter and then we can come back in the summer, like something like that. We're gonna have to work something out, but it is cold out there. I'm not trading you at all. Terror never happening. All right, but I'm coming to you live from Lexington, and though it is cold, I will tell you I am happy to be home because I just came off of a heck of a week. I'm not sure if you saw this or not. I don't know, but your boy is now the great American speaker. That's right. I'm the #1 speaker in America. I love it. It sounds amazing to say that. It feels freaking awesome to say that, right? And so last week I had this opportunity to be a part of this incredible show, and I won, which is freaking awesome. Also last week I was in New York City. Last weekend, I was in New York City with my daughter, Willow. That was a huge win. And then we capped that all off with Atlanta. Man, I was in Atlanta. So over a 10-day stretch, it was New York City, Miami, and Atlanta, and then also Cumming, Georgia, right, which is just outside of Atlanta. So it was an incredible 10-day stretch for real. Right? Beaver Toyota. I spent some time over at Beaver Toyota. Incredible organization. Patrick Abad has put together over there. I mean, this is the #1 Toyota dealership in Georgia, one of the top Toyota dealerships in the country, and they're just phenomenal. They give me so much energy spending time with them, right? So it was like New York with my daughter. Boom. Knocked that out. Then it was Miami, where I compete. Boom, knocked that out. And then it was Beaver Toyota in Cumming, Georgia. Boom, soaked up all that energy. And then it was the amazing UNCF masked ball in Atlanta, where I got to spend time with Renee Noor, the queen herself. She is the queen, folks. Just so y'all know, she rules Atlanta. Everybody knows her. I got to spend time with Tracy, our friend Tracy from Breakfast with Champions. She was there. Tracy was one of the volunteers for the event, which was super, super cool. I got to meet Danny Glover. Are you kidding me? I was like, holy smokes, it's Danny Glover. So I went and talked to Danny Glover, which, by the way, I asked him if I could hire him to come speak at one of our events. I think we're going to be able to make that happen. And then I also got to meet Ambassador Andrew Young. And this guy right here, man, 90 years old, still rocking it, full of energy, giving all the ladies a nice little kiss on the cheek. And this is a guy who I had to drive on the street with his name on it in order to get to the facility. That's right. This guy has a street in downtown Atlanta, right? Main downtown Atlanta. He's got a street. This guy marched with Martin Luther King. He was Martin Luther King's right-hand dude for 15 years. He was there at the hotel the moment that Martin Luther King was shot. This guy helped shape Atlanta. He helped shape the civil rights movement. Just the list goes on and on and on and on. Philanthropically, what this guy's done, so on and so forth. It was just what an incredible honor to be able to meet this dude, right? So that was like unbelievable, man. It was an incredible 10-day stretch. And an incredible way to end, I know he didn't, Rick, and an incredible way to end my early 40s. That's right. Tomorrow I cross over the threshold. I think if I did the math right. Yeah. Tomorrow I cross over the threshold from early 40s to 45, right? I guess I head into the late 40s, right? Which is so crazy to think about. And so what a way to end my early 40s and springboard into 45 years old. We're going to talk about that. But first, before we do, you know what we got to do on this show? We got to do some dancing. What do I want to listen to this morning? It's got that long intro, but then once it hits. Yeah, that's right. That's right. For those of you that know, those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we can change the way people start their day, it'll make a massive impact on this planet. This is also the part of the show where I need you to do some dancing, all right? We need to get the body in motion. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. So I need you to get moving. If you're in bed, it's time for you to get up. If you're out there, out and about, just start dancing, man. Just start dancing in the street. Start dancing wherever you are, man. Whatever it is. Just start dancing. People look at you like they're crazy, and then next thing you know, they might join you. They might need to dance too, all right? Get that body in motion. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Does that sound fair? Fair enough. Kimberly Hatfield, good morning. I'm glad you're here. What's up, Shelly Jean? Thanks for being here. Gail Beecraft is in the building. Angela Venters Heath, thanks for being here. Natasha Smith and Tarika Simmons are in the building. My guy Don Sankey, killing it. Bella's in the building as well. Ramon Ray, good morning, sir. Great to see you. Sol Salcido, great to see you as well. I see Nathaniel Banks is in the building. Leisha Watts, what's up? Shantice Harrigan. Julio Soto from Puerto Rico is up in here. Ricardo Govindansamy, great to see you. The Queen, Renee Noor in the building. Jeff Moffitt, the pastor himself, is up in here. Tom Popelka, Randy Wagner, thanks for being here. There's a bunch of y'all folks over on Clubhouse too. I see y'all over there on Clubhouse hanging out. I see my guy Brian's in the building. Shelly's up in here. What's up, Angela? How you doing, Lyndon Gray? Aaron Moore is in the building. Felicia and Miranda. Tanya's up in here today. What's up, Dr. Jeannie? I see Russell and Angeline are here. My boy Monty is in the building. How you doing, Wesley? How you doing, Derek? What's up, A Jizzle? in the building. Rick Tamburino's up in here. Angela Mall, great to see you. Janelle Griego and Rich Pentrick. What up? What up? What up? All y'all folks up in here. Hey, check it out. I am glad you're here. I have been on the road the last 10 days. Some of you have been emailing. You've been saying, where is my Morning 5 planner? I ordered it weeks ago. And I understand. I understand your concern. And I'm just here to let you know that I'll be signing the rest of those today, the ones that haven't been shipped out yet. My wife shipped out about, 1,000 of them last week. In between, taking care of the 7 babies in the house while her husband's gallivanting around from New York City to Miami to Atlanta and all the places in between. The good news is, I promise you this, you can't use the planner before January 1st. You can't use it. It doesn't work till January 1. So I will make sure that you have it by January 1st. You have my word. You will have it by January 1st. So don't you worry your pretty little head about it, because I promise I'm going to make sure it's there. Catherine Guidi, you got yours? No, I'm messing with y'all. I know with Amazon, you be ordering something, you get it like 6 hours later. We ain't Amazon. That's a fact. We ain't Amazon. All right, but I'm just letting you know it's coming. You can't use it till the 1st. I'll make sure you got it by the 1st. Now, if you haven't ordered one yet, then you need to go get one. Go to the morning5planner.com. You can check it out. GM3X. I am your host, Glenn Lundy.
We're meant to be around these folks. We're all on a mission to change the perspective of car buying.
Glenn always has that next move before any other dealers even thought about it.
Love, every moment with being with the group, the friends that you meet, the ideas that you have, or that knowing that there's like-minded individuals who want to help others around them be successful.
When you invest in your people, your business will grow tenfold.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
What happens when you're a gazelle and you're not being pushed, you're not being prodded, you're not given a reward, nobody's encouraging you? What happens when you're a gazelle and the lion's not chasing you anymore? You stop running. But what happens when you're a lion? When you're a lion, it does not make a difference. You realize that if your family is going to eat, that if that pack of lions is to survive, then you gotta go hunt. A part of being a beast just ain't eating a gazelle. A part of being a beast is the hunts. It's the hunt that they're excited about. They like to see the gazelles run. Then boom, they take off. Because real lions like to hunt. They love the process just as much as they love the prize. And some of y'all just want to score. You don't like the process. You're not in love with the process. A true hunter's goal is not the prize. A true hunter's goal is to hunt. That's what they live for. They live to hunt. They don't just live to catch it. It's the whole process. When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. When you are a true hunter, you hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another. If you're gonna do what you say you're gonna do, be what you say you're gonna be, you're gonna have to lion me out. You a gazelle, you gonna come up short. You a gazelle, you gonna have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode, nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you.
Lion mode, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I was born in Fort Worth, Texas. That's right. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas, or Fort Hood. Which one, Mom? Now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been Fort Hood, Texas. Fort Hood. I was born in Fort Hood, Texas. I was getting confused, man. The older you get, it's crazy. I was born in Fort Hood, Texas. My dad was in the military, and so we traveled all over the place. When we were kids, including when I was 4 years old. When I was 4 years old, we were in Germany, right? We were in Germany, and there was this experience. There was like a barracks place where all the military personnel and their families and whatnot would hang out, like a little rec place, right? They have basketball courts and people be playing cards and just kind of a rec area that they would hang out in. When I was 4 years old, they had these big heavy metal doors, and I was opened the door for a woman. Like she was walking through, and I was holding the door open for her, and she didn't like see me. She pulled the door closed. It was this big heavy metal door, and that heavy metal door slammed on my thumb, and it ripped the tip of my thumb off. And for those of you that are watching on the show, you can see I've got one thumb that's longer than the other, right? Because they took skin from other areas and like grafted it on, and so my thumbs like look completely different. It's like an inch different, right? And yeah, that's right. And there you go, John Paul. It's great to see you as well, Scott Simons. And so, yeah, so I had to go to the hospital, and they put me in a cast, and my cast went all the way, like from my hand all the way up to my shoulder, like to keep me from, because they had to keep me completely still because I was like 4 years old, right? And it was a fairly traumatic experience. And I was doing an interview with the amazing Forbes Riley. If you haven't met Forbes, she's just a very unique and incredible human being. And I was doing an interview with Forbes, and Forbes Riley helped me realize that in that moment where that door was shut on my thumb, I felt invisible. In that moment, I felt invisible. And since that moment, I have fought to be seen. And I have this very strong, compelling part of me that I can't think of the right word, but like this, like when I was homeless, right? And I felt invisible, right? And it's an awful experience, being invisible. People always say, "Oh, I wish I had the superpower where I was invisible." No, you don't, dude. It's the worst, right? But she realized that in that moment, I started to begin to fight to be seen, right? Now, even growing up, like my father didn't see me. My father was very much, children are to be, you just sit back. You're in the background, speak when spoken to type thing, right? So a lot, even in my childhood, I felt invisible. And in high school, I didn't stand out. Like I never stood out in high school, right? Like just was never the thing. And so as a young adult, I had this desire to be seen. And so I went about it the wrong way as a young adult. I made very bad choices to draw attention to myself. And it wasn't until I got into my 30s. When I got into my 30s, then I started to realize that if I could help other people feel seen, then people will see me, right? Like I started to realize that in the early 30s. Like if I can help Tina Kelly Overfelt feel seen, or Tara Murney feel seen, right? Then they see me, or Shelly Jean, right? And so now here I am. And I am married with 8 kids. I live in Kentucky, of all places, and I own a company called 800 Elite LLC, right? 800% Elite LLC. And last month, this 800% concept, right? This 800% idea, this 800% life, last month, it was literally like I tattooed it on my forearm, right? I tattooed 800%, boom, right there on my forearm, which I need to work on, needs to get a little bit bigger, right? But I tattooed it right there because right now, at 44 years and 364 days into my life, like I finally get it. I finally get it, dude. Like I know who I am. And I know what I do. And I know why I do it. My core values. I know my values. I understand my connection with God. Like I totally get it. At 44 years and 364 days, I recognize the man in the mirror. It's freaking cool, man. Finally. Whole life. Seeking. Trying to understand. I see the greatness and the magnificence that exists in me. And what's crazy is before I needed you to see it, right? Like I needed you to see me. I spent my whole life saying I need other people to see me. I need you to see me. I need my dad to see me, right? I need my friends in school to see me. Right? I need the people that I was working with as a young adult, my girlfriends and so on and so forth, right? Before I needed you to see it. I needed you to see me. But here's the facts. And this is for all y'all. Here's the facts. How can you see me for who and what I am until I do? How can anybody see you for who and what you are until you do? And see, that's the best part about a birthday, man. You see, the best part about a birthday is that it's yours. You own it. It's your moment. You might share a birth date with somebody, but you never share a birthday with somebody unless you're a twin, I guess, right? But you own it. You've owned it your whole life. Like it's the one day that you celebrate you. And it's the one day that you let others do the same. It is a day of reflection and a day of projection. A day that you look back And all the while, you envision a brighter future. It's your day. A day where you're forced to explore your identity. When my daughter Oakland turned 4 last month, when she turned 4, she boldly proclaimed, I am a big girl now. I'm a big girl now. It was a milestone for her. It was a marker. She was counting it down for like 2 months. Daddy, when I turn 4, I'm not going to be 3 no more. I'm going to be a big girl. I'm going to be a big girl when I'm 4. It's a milestone, a marker, an identity shift. She went from daddy's little girl to daddy's big girl. She shifted that. And identity, friends, what you believe to be true about you is everything. I've realized it's everything. And so we're going to explore identity this week. Oh, I'm running out of battery power over there on Clubhouse. We got time though. We are going to explore identity this week. And we're going to make sure that when you walk out of here, because we're headed into a Sabbath week next week, my company. So that's so weird. I normally always say our company, and I just said my company. That's interesting. There's a lot of shifts going on over here. But my company will be shut down next week. I give my team and my family and myself, God put it on my heart to give them a week off every 7 weeks, a paid week off, 7 weeks, every 7 weeks. And so next week we will be in that shutdown. So as far as like this show, I will not do this show live next week. There will be pre-recorded like interviews that I've done over the last couple months, and maybe some from previous. Those will roll, so you guys can all still get together in community and so on and so forth. That'll be here, that'll be available, but I won't be here live next week. But this week we're going to talk about identity, and I promise you, going into next week, you're going to have a very clear picture of who you are. For some of you might, that might be a great thing. And some of you might walk out of here pissed off to high heaven. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like for you. But my promise to you is you stick with me this week, and we are going to remove any mud that might be over your eyes, or any lies that you may have told yourself, good or bad. A lie that you're small, a lie that you can't, a lie that you couldn't or you shouldn't. Or there might be some lies that you're telling yourself that you did or that you're doing, and that you are, and that you're gonna be. I don't know what the experience will be like for you, but I know we're going to dive down into our identity, because when you understand your identity, once you understand who you are, then other people will see you for the magnificent, incredible, amazing child of God that you are. You see, your identity helps you make all the decisions. I got home yesterday after 10 days. Spectacular, right? Like I got to go be on Grant Cardone's helicopter, worked out every single day this week, which was really good for me while I was on the road. I don't normally do that, right? Like all types of different flights and all sorts of different travel, all sorts of different experiences, meeting different people, doing all these things, right? Like it was unbelievable 10 days. And when I got home yesterday, I wanted nothing more than to collapse into my recliner and watch some football. But my identity, who I am, my core values and understanding of that, screamed from the rooftops and said, son, I just call myself son. You cannot give 800% to your career and not give 800% to your kids. You cannot give 800% on the road and not give on 800% at the house. You can't have 800% tattooed on your arm and then go come in and tell your kids that you're too tired, or that you can't pick them up, or that you just got home. You can't do that. My identity will not allow me to do that. So within an hour of being home, I was back out with Joel and Savannah at Target, helping them to buy Christmas presents for their siblings. And then I took them to see Avatar and sat through a 3.5 hour movie. 3.5 hours for real. Sat through a 3.5 hour movie with my kids. And then came home and played with Oakland and Fisher and Meredith and all of them. Got to watch a little bit of football. Got to watch my Raiders pull off something crazy, right? Got to watch a little bit of football. Help my wife clean the living room. And climbed into bed at 11 o'clock last night, where I got my 4 hours and 20 minutes of rest so I could be up at 3:20 a.m. so that I could spend my time with you. Because you've made a commitment to me and I've made a commitment to you. I'm going to live my life at 800%. All the time. On every area. In every aspect. Because it is who I am. And so I'm super excited going into 45 tomorrow. I'll be 45 years old. And at 45, the clarity with which God has given me to pursue that which I have dreamt my entire life, I'm so excited about. And I want the same for you. So join me this week as we dive into our identity. Because friend, I love you. I do. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. And it is out of love that my hope is that you can discover truly who you are, the child of God, the magnificent being that you are, so that you too can continue to move into the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Does that sound fair? Cool. All right, we're going to head over to Clubhouse. We'll talk about this a little bit more today. You're welcome to join us over there if you're watching live.
Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like
Let's go. If not,
inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me. And when they see me, they just dap me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this and make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a scene, still a seat, filler, blow up the numbers. And I ain't leaving no crumbs, so you know when I'm done with it. I'm a new school vibe with an old soul. Oh so great, stay paid by the boatload. Don't go chasing a wave from a rowboat. Blow smoke right through the face of the ozone. Oh no, I got the bag, I'm back to just double it. I'm about to pop the top, I've been bubbling. They want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They tryna plot my drop, they been huddling. Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet.
I know a lot of people praying for my downfall, but the only thing that I'll be down for is being top 5, but like down 4. I'm down to earth like the ground floor, but I've been flying so long, I tend to ask people, what's the ground for? Man, I'm only headed up, see my flow volcanic, it's the fire I erupt. Heard the fans getting rowdy cause they haven't had enough. You know I'm running the city, you just running out of luck. Yeah, I said that with my chest, I flow hard, it's no wonder they easily impressed. I'm so far, but I'm always coming back with something fresh, I never rest. Where you'll never catch this ego in a nest. I invest my time in a booth, I Find a piece, I used to piece the boom in my